This is downtown Corvallis, or part of it. Strangely enough, I've been here for 2 years and I've made a lot of videos around Corvallis, but not a general Corvallis video because to me it's too close to be noteworthy. But for completion's sake, I want to talk a little bit about downtown and the central part of Corvallis. And you can see here, we have sidewalk stuff going on. A lot of dining and entertainment in downtown Corvallis. Corvallis is a relatively recent city, so a lot of these brick buildings, I imagine, date from at the oldest, the 1930s. Maybe some are a little bit older than that. And this is the downtown shopping district. More shopping, more dining. Pretty placid, pedestrian friendly, not a lot of cars zooming around in this place. We have a bookstore, not even the biggest one, but one of them. I was going to make a little joke, downtown Corvallis, about beer, bikes, and books. We haven't seen a bike shop yet, but there are several of them as well. So right there we have a movie theater. There's the big bookstore. Also apparently we have retro games. So Corvallis is a city of about 60,000 people. A little less than 100,000 people live in Benton County, I believe. And like a lot of small metro areas, the downtown is a shopping and entertainment district, not really a working district. There's no big office buildings. And there are big employers. For example, Hewlett-Packard has a headquarters here, but it's in a big suburban research park. So the downtown is more for high-end shopping. Like I counted 3 jewelers, you have entertainment. So it's a nice place to visit, but it's not as core to, core to the city as far as being a workspace as you would see in big metros. So a little bit different when you come to a small town like this. It's charming, but like I said, I don't really have a reason to come here, so I'll go weeks or months, even though this is a mile from my house, without coming here. Okay, we're gonna walk down this road a bit. And like a lot of small US metro areas, small cities, once you've left downtown, the charming old brick downtown, and you're just a few blocks away, like I am, you're in like gas station and office parkland. If I followed this road, in a couple of blocks I'd be crossing Mary's River and I'd be in South Corvallis, where there's the Crystal Lakes fields. And that's a different story for a different day. For now, I'm just going to turn this way. Along with having a retail area right outside of the city, it's also the case that once you leave downtown, just a couple blocks away, you're in basically a residential home area. Some of these homes might have been converted to offices or things like that, but in general, right outside of downtown, you have a residential area. And here I'm walking westward along a shady, tree-lined road through residential areas. And I've left downtown, but there is one other important thing I want to see soon. One of the things that separates Corvallis from a typical, suburban or small metro town is the presence of the university. We can see right there. And it does 2 things. First, the university grounds gives us all of this beautiful open parkland scenery to look at. And the other thing is it makes it a lot more international and a lot more happening here. The university has a lot of students from around the world. East Asia, the Middle East especially. Also has a lot of students obviously from in Oregon and other parts in the United States who are doing student things. So there's more art and music here. And it also, the political and social conscious is a bit wider. Especially because the university specializes in environmental sciences, including forestry, sustainability, and stuff like that. So there's a lot more environmental consciousness and stuff here than there would be in most, small American cities of, 50 to 100,000 people, even in the state of Oregon. Like I said when I was on the University of Oregon campus, I wish I knew more about the history of the architecture here. This building looks like this might have been one of the original buildings, might date back more than 100 years. This looks a little bit more modern. That looks pretty modern over there. You see, that could be anywhere from the 1970s to today, and they're still building buildings here. So I think before World War II, this was just a little, you know, campus for people wanting to study agricultural engineering. And like a lot of things in Oregon, like I've said before, it has really grown since then. It's not like an internationally known university in general, but it does have a lot of programs where students come from all over the world to be here. This is the Valley Library. This is the Oregon State University Library, where I've never been in there before, and apparently it's open to everybody, so I got a library card and I kind of got lost in there for an hour. So this is kind of a quad. This is a very traditional, like, college life quad. You can see people walking around. The autumn term has just started here, so a lot of new students here, so life is coming back to the campus. And I don't really know what student life is like these days. You know, some students are going to get really into cultural things, and some students are just here to drink beer and party, like a lot of colleges. And other than, you know, the stereotypical fun college life, both as a research university and as a teaching university, the Oregon State University is kind of the center of Corvallis. It's why the town exists and, you know, is larger than Philomath, because otherwise this would just be a sleepy little valley town. And so Oregon State University is the heart of the city of Corvallis. Brings a lot of international culture here. So I like having it here. That's why I chose this town. So that's about what you need to know about Corvallis. Is it's a small town with a nice downtown and a nice university. So on a personal note, right now I'm having some dental problems. I need an extraction in about 2 weeks, and it gets worse if I'm dehydrated or if I strain myself. That's why I'm not going far, because, you know, the stress, I'll be paying for it about 2 days with a sore tooth. It really is painful, as you might know. Hopefully you don't. Anyway, as soon as that is taken care of, hopefully the fall will be clear for a while and I can go some other places. So today we saw somewhere that I'm, you know, familiar with. Not very interesting to me, or in a way I'm accustomed to it, but for other people it is interesting, especially like I have, I think 4 or 5 videos both about Portland and Eugene, so, you know, important to see where I actually live. And there's other sides to the town. Today I kind of gave the introduction, and I'll probably cover that a little bit depending on what the weather and what my fortunes are like. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the university and downtown.